can go a little quicker than that. Who doesn't like sweets? We all love cookies, we all love cakes, we all love everything sweet. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make no-bake cookies. We have, first of all, to get all our ingredients together, we have our sugar, our milk, our oats, our cocoa powder, vanilla, salt, butter, and peanut butter. This is a very easy recipe. It takes 3 simple steps to learn how to do it, and today I'm going to show you how to do it. So first of all, we need to make sure we have all our ingredients, of course. First step will be grabbing all of our ingredients to make sure we have everything. We're now going to start on our liquid part of the ingredients. First of all, you're going to wrap your half a stick of butter, which is a half a cup, and put it in your pan. We're going to do this first because we're going to use the time that it takes to let this boil to mix the rest of our ingredients together. Put this on the oven, put it on medium-high heat. Then we get our milk out, which we're going to use half a cup of. We're going to use our liquid measuring cup. These are very easy to use. You just find the half cup line on here and then pour it in. And then we're going to grab our sugar, which we will be using 2 whole cups of. I try to get it as approximate to level as I can, but again, I don't really worry about exact amounts. Alright, measuring as simple as that. Now, as we're letting that boil, we're going to finish putting our dry ingredients together. This is going to be the cocoa powder, the oats, the peanut butter, and the vanilla. We'll be using 3 tablespoons of this cocoa powder. You can use as much or as little as you like, depending on how chocolatey you like things. And we'll be using 1 tablespoon of vanilla. And I always like to throw some salt in things as I'm cooking because no matter what it is, it always helps the flavor come out. So while we're waiting for the spool, we can also start putting our things up because we don't want to have a messy kitchen. Step will be to measure all the ingredients to make sure we have the right amount of everything. This usually takes 2 or 3 minutes to get fully melted and get to where it's boiling. It'd be nice to have our recipe right in front of us with our ingredients and all of our steps on it. So I'm going to go ahead and put these up, so don't forget to put it up when we're done. And after this, we're going to get our wax paper together. This is for putting the cookies out so they can set up. I have my plastic spatula here for stirring my liquid ingredients, which you will need to do about every 20-ish seconds to let the butter melt so nothing burns to the pan. Okay, so as we're letting that cook, we can go back over and finish stirring our dry ingredients. Our third step will be to actually be baking the cookies, which you don't actually bake them, you put them on the stovetop instead of baking, so it's kind of a misconception, but either way, they'll be delicious. So we're going to finish up by getting the last of our mess up. Putting it in the sink. And as our liquid mixture starts to get boiling, stir it a little few more times, let it boil for about 30 seconds on the oven. Then turn the heat off, bring it over here, and pour it in our solid measurements. Now this is the part where you have to be quick with because it will solidify before you're ready for it to if you're not careful. So just come up here, kind of get it mixed all nice and good together. And you'll see with the peanut butter and the chocolate mixed together, and you know, if you see more of one than the other, then of course you need to go back in and mix it some more. But once you feel like you have a good mixture going, you can just go ahead and get this spoon out of the way. Grab your melon baller, which some people like to use a spoon, some people like to use different things, but I like this because it has a little clicky thing and you can get it out easy. So go here. I usually do about 1 scoop per cookie. Just pick it up, put it on there, And then the wax paper allows it to dry without it going everywhere and making a mess. So as we put these out, we kind of don't want them to touch. We'll leave them, you know, about ½ an inch between them so to make sure that they don't touch and they keep their nice shape. I like to go ahead and grab my Robo spatula again to get the last little bits off the sides of the bowl because it usually ends up being another cookie or two, plus it's easier to wash. Before we finish up completely, we have to do our dishes because we can't leave a mess. So I like to use a steel wool pad because it gets all the little pieces out while keeping everything clean. Okay, and when we're done scraping the bowl out, I always like to put it in the sink, and I always put hot water in it because it makes it easier to clean whenever we're done. So now is the fun part, step 4. All we have to do is let these sit for a while and let them solidify, and then they'll be a wonderful gooey treat for whoever wants them. And before leaving, all of my guests will receive a recipe printed out by yours truly. With a few of my simple tricks and tips, you can be as good as me in a few short times of trying this. I'd like to thank our wonderful guests for coming in today, being part of our audience. It's my mother filming.